r/fatsquirrelhate. Public shaming greedy and obese squirrels, groundhogs, and other marmots. Damn, they don't just stop at like the most common rodent in America. They go broad scale, man, Jesus. Hi again, guys, and if you're surprised that this is a subreddit, stop it. Of course it is. It's a 200,000 person thriving community, and it's about exactly what you would think it is. I ran into this little community just by like a screenshot out of context being reposted to Twitter, and having explored it myself, they are a very dedicated bunch to the exact thing they say they are. They have like damn near a manifesto on exactly how you're supposed to be conducting hate towards fat squirrels that I'd like to go through with you before we get too deep in any of the posts. No identifying information about a squirrel or marmot. You can mention them by name if they are a public figure. The squirrel, I mean, is a public figure. But all civilian squirrels must have their privacy respected, even if you are posting them on the internet to be shamed and absolutely berated. No dissent/no being a fat squirrel. I just imagine a fat squirrel in a burner account scrolling through this subreddit, going through it almost like as a form of digital self-harm. That said, this place promotes diversity and inclusion in every other way other than being a fat squirrel. Hate the fat squirrels, not each other. Do not insult, harass, berate, or demean any other people. You can link to any other part of Reddit except anything else to do with squirrels. This subreddit is meant to remain isolated for its exact purpose. We don't want to see all that other shit. If you do visit or participate in those subreddits, please respect their rules. Harassment and brigading of other subreddits, including their members, will result in a permanent ban here. Exactly. Absolutely no fat squirrel sympathy. What, you a loser who loves fat squirrels? Go to the Fat Squirrel Love subreddit instead. Keep your demented views out of here. Now, I'm sure some people in this subreddit have like somewhat of an unironic hatred for these little guys. I'm pretty sure for most of the people here it is like just a running gag, and they have some class about them. Do not post dead/injured animals. No one's trying to see that, man. This is for fat squirrels to be hated on, not dead or injured ones. No taxidermy, no unnatural poses, anything that's questionable to the state of consciousness. Keep that shit out of here, man. We're not trying to do that. Dude, they're like linking sources for the criteria you need on what you can post. Animals must be members of the squirrel-squirrelidae family. Here is a list of many animals appropriate for the subreddit. Okay, let's see. Albert squirrel, Alaska's marmot, Allen's chipmunk, alpine chipmunk, the A to Z, man, Jesus Christ. They almost got one for every letter except X and Z. So yeah, A to like Y, I guess, instead. That was a very brief overview of the rules, and as we continue further into this subreddit, I expect you all to follow them, as even though you're watching my video on it, we are guests in this place. If you do not truly hate fat squirrels with a passion in your heart, you should not be going to the subreddit, as it's not a place for you. Lurk and observe, do not interfere. That said, we have some shit to go through. And one of my favorite details here is just the amount of flares they have to describe different squirrels. This absolute piece of shit eating a giant slab of toffee. And like, yeah, he's basically eating something the size of him. He's about to gain as many calories as he currently has in his body. Tagged as a, quote, gluttonous bastard. After he finishes that thing off, the fat fuck might collapse into the world's smallest black hole. Smallest? Me when I lie. I can't believe the fat fuck made it into a tree. He can barely get his grubby hands around all the topping. I hope you stayed away from him. If his lard ass broke that bridge, he would hit the ground with the force of a meteor and wipe out all life below him. Oh my god. What I got for trying to feed the fat fuck. Tagged Fatty McFatface. And like, the dude's so greedy, he tried to literally bite the hand that fed him. Dude, he's encouraging your lifestyle choices, and you can't even give him the bare minimum respect for that. Squirrels are so cute, man. I wish they weren't so stupid. Tub of lard. Your camera really captures every essence of fat fuck. I'm impressed and simultaneously disgusted knowing I had to see it. Damn, this image really is high quality. It's taking a second for Reddit to load it. Holy shit! Look at the individual pixel detail on this motherfucker, dude. Oh my god. What a big guy. Froggy Pones, who is a victim of groundhog extortion. What a greedy fat ass. There are nuts in the hand, but this lardo made you pay in flesh for not bringing enough nuts. It is kind of insane how much of a greedy, gluttonous piece of shit the guy is. Some of the squirrels out here are getting so hungry that they have evolved from being herbivores, and they have now decided that the taste of human flesh is the only thing that can satisfy their need to grow larger. Better get checked out. That bastard probably has super rabies from the nasty look of him. Bite him back. You must assert dominance. What is this fat fuck smiling at? I don't know how the tagging system works. Like, how do they decide what makes a porky piggy and what makes a fatty McFatface? He just beat a child unconscious to steal their ice cream cone. Probably after spitting on the child's family pet. This fat, disgusting slob is smiling because the end of the world is near. He is thinking of food and destruction. My taxes are paying to support this rotund, unemployed disgrace. Stop stuffing your fat face and hit the treadmill, Tubby. Dude, he's just sitting down chilling. He's eating corn off the cob. It's a vegetable. He's trying to diet. My question for some of these fat squirrel haters, is it like a thing where it's once a fat squirrel, always a fat squirrel? Or is it, could you come to love a squirrel after it drops the pounds? The strength of that chair needs to be steadied. The tree is literally bending at his girth. I'm not gonna lie, him looking directly at the camera, it goes kind of hard. Like, he is absolutely mogging the shit out of whoever took the picture. I wonder if that's where, like, fat squirrel hate comes from, just like a bit of personal trauma or a singular bad experience you had with a fat squirrel that made you cast your ire onto the entire population of them. Chubbs thinks I'm trying to steal his corn. The chair isn't even attached to the tree. His gravitational pull is holding everything together. I mean, shouldn't you be, like, saying thank you for, like, anchoring reality and not letting it completely destroy itself? God damn it, they stoned the fat fuck. Okay, now this is certainly a choice. Making a statue out of a squirrel that doesn't look like your standard squirrel out there, but making it fat on purpose. And we were just talking about, like, could a fat squirrel become skinny and gain the love of a fat squirrel hater when they are no longer a fat squirrel? This guy, if he was sentient, just would have no such luck, man. You were gonna be the same size and made of rock for the rest of your life. You probably weigh more than a real organic fat squirrel. You need to be physically eroded by the forces of nature if you ever want this subreddit to have an ounce of love for you. Motherfucker looked at Medusa's nuts. Obviously, the squirrel ate a pothead and got thoroughly stoned. I'm seeing a consistent theme of, like, it's not cannibalism, but, like, what's it called when a prey animal who is, like, not typically a meat eater, like, eats something that would usually eat it in the food chain? So fat, I mistook it for a sheep. He was so fat, he couldn't move and eventually just petrified on the spot. Its smug aura mocks me. It's evil. Jesus Christ, man. I am beyond fucking repulsed. This dude just looks like a really weirdly shaped nutsack. Hey, what do you know? The top comment agrees. Nutsack looking piece of shit. And don't tell me this is a real subreddit. Chode squirrel hate. Oh, it's not real. No way. Maybe it's because he spelled chode wrong. Biggest ass I've ever seen on a fucking squirrel. Good lord. He put a period after the biggest ass he's ever seen. He's more in shock that the biggest ass happens to be on a squirrel. Damn it. I went all day without seeing a Kardashian. What kind of doctor agrees to doing surgeries like this? That is absurd, man. This fat ass took my waffle? Oh, that's an Eggo one too, man. How did you let yourself lose that shit? Go get it back. It's not like he can run far. Greedy as hell. They need to put squirrel arsenic in all of our food product. Maybe that will finally end the absolute scourge of these vile vermin. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm not sure if it was blueberry or chocolate chip, but it sure would have been delicious. It was blueberry. I need to know, is this like original content? Did this guy actually manage to get not just finessed out of his food by a squirrel, but a fat one at that? Oh, okay, it goes all the way back to 2013, so at least this guy's just lying on the internet for brownie points? Waffle points? You didn't actually get slimed out by a fat squirrel, man. I would have been laughing at you all day. Gluttonous, juiced up bastard. Beyond disgusting, juicy fuck that came up on my feed. A rotund rodent. I have to imagine that these tags do have some actual system of organization, because this is very accurate. About to steal your lunch, which actually it's not very accurate because he's already stolen it, and it was breakfast. King lard ass for the one who has a giant ass. I guess they're kind of organized by what features of them are particularly large or what actions we are seeing them take in the pictures that are posted. Oh, we have a video here, man. We get to see one of these things in live action. Tell me what you got.
Look at this fat ass, giant, morbidly obese squirrel.
Got every single adjective they could think of to describe something large in there.
What are you doing?
Well, he's not moving, that's for sure, man. He can probably barely hold up his own weight. I mean, look at him. There's a tiny, normal squirrel-sized skeleton under all of that, bro. It is really struggling to keep up. Literally. Tardigrades aren't allowed on here. Man, I am at work. I don't need this right now. You scroll on Reddit to try and, like, get a little bit of instant gratification off social media, and boom, this fat squirrel on your feed. Days even worse. Somehow this was worse than getting punched in the face. I just opened Reddit to see this bullshit. Starve that motherfucker. It really is hard for me to tell, like, where this starts and stops is a bit for some people. I think the vitriol that some of these people put out in the daily on these comment sections is some of these people's only real release from their lives onto a population who's never going to be able to understand they're being made fun of. It wiped its mouth on the porch. Ew, that's so unsanitary. Why would he do that, man? And just when I thought they couldn't get any fatter, oh my god, this one actually has, like, layers, man. He looks like Jabba the Hutt. He's got so much extra skin that he doesn't need that it's rolling. King Large Lardass. Okay, I think the two posts we've seen labeled King Lardass are pretty in line with each other. I think I'm starting to understand the order to this chaos now. Do you live next to a Pizza Hut? Actually, yes. No way, there's another squirrel subreddit. Squirrels eating pizza. See, this one seems like a much more good-spirited community. They don't really hate on squirrels for eating pizza. They simply like to share when they observe it happening. Man, squirrels do sure love pizza. Broke rule 4 though. You're not supposed to link to other squirrel subreddits. No wonder you deleted your account, Anon. He can't even fully turn around. I won't lie, I kind of have to be impressed by the balance he's able to maintain on this fence, even like with the amount of him he has to balance on either side. Do you think he's got like a gyroscope built in somewhere in there? Like, what if these squirrels aren't fat because they eat so much, but because they really are like government program spies? It's all the new technology the CIA has been cramming in there to be listening devices. All right, a fair target for the name of the sub. That actually does make me think there has to be like a certain level of shame associated with being the fat squirrel chosen as the profile picture for this subreddit. Like, they caught it very clearly in the act of eating a donut, but I think there are much fatter squirrels out there in the world. Oh my god, I forgot there were 2 of these fat asses. I have not seen Alvin and the Chipmunks in over a decade. I think the last time I committed any significant amount of brain cells to a thought regarding Alvin and the Chipmunks was when you had to ask who was getting the best head. Look at their eyes and body language. They're clearly about to mate right there. Zero impulse control. The contemptible little beasts. Both equally annoying. Speaking of, these are squirrels engaging in a threesome? The name is Fuck. Fat Fuck. What the actual frick? Have they no shame? You must be traumatized after seeing this repulsive image. Sending you hugs. Pure degeneracy. Foul beasts. Totally shameless. Like, when my dog died, we were burying him in the backyard. We looked up to see 2 squirrels going at it. He hated squirrels. Yeah, having an orgy at the dog's funeral, man. That's like showing up to an op's funeral and then airing it out. Yeah, like I'd know anything about how any of those words are used, especially in action, man. Jesus Christ. First one is choking on whatever garbage squirrels choke on. Second is doing the Heimlich. And the third is providing moral support. It's actually the most charitable reading I've seen of anything squirrels do on this subreddit so far. So yeah, if YouTube watches this, they are actually just participating in a life-saving maneuver. It's purely educational. They are saving that squirrel in the front's life. I caught this fat fuck with 5 cookies? Holy shit, man. That's practically a money spread in his community. How is he managing to hold those all together in a stack anyways? That is absurd. I genuinely don't know what to say. I'm like actually impressed by that. This is beyond gluttony. I have no words for this. I guess you could say your communication was odd since you have no words. This literally made me say, holy shit. I can't believe the amount of hate I have in my body for this fat piece of shit. Dude, I think I would struggle to hold 5 cookies in a single stack. Like, will nerf me because I have thumbs and I'll only do it with one hand. But even then, like, I couldn't eat 5 cookies in one sitting without my stomach hurting by the end of it, man. Like, what are these hoarders doing out here? I am so done and disgusted. Absolute unit might be the nicest way to describe a fat squirrel this subreddit has in its repertoire. And it's this squirrel sitting on this guy's shoe. This fat ass 100% did this on purpose. I cannot afford another pair of boots right now. I don't recommend Switzerland, guys. Stay safe. Fat fuck probably thinking about food. Sir, why is that inside your house? Are you enabling this creature to be the size that it is? Are you LARPing on the Fat Squirrel Hate subreddit while being the whole reason that that squirrel is fat? We don't like that they are like that, but it's not actually their fault and it's your fault for overfeeding them? Dude. We might have an issue to pick with you, too. Okay, there's another video here. King Lardass to add to the collection. It captured how? Just how?
Look at
Oh, it's the same sound from before. It's just a different video. There's a lot of these, I take it.
this fat ass, giant, morbidly obese squirrel.
How is he even sitting on the branch without it breaking or him at least falling off it, man? The balance doesn't check out here. His weight should be tipping him over easily.
What are you doing?
I mean, he's clearly eating. Some of these guys probably don't even store up nuts for hibernation. They just stay awake so they don't have to stop consuming. It's like us with TikTok and instant gratification media. How do we feel about this little bastard? He looks pretty tiny to me, man. Next thing you know, 20 fat bastards are gnawing on your bones. My thing is, like, we really can't prejudge the crime, man. It's innocent until proven guilty. Maybe someday the squirrel will be fat enough for us to hate as we do many other squirrels, but right now, he's not that. You can't judge him for what you're afraid he'll become, but rather the actions he actually takes. I wish this little guy a swift recovery and a strong athletic career in front of him. I opened this TikTok this morning and saw this horrendous beast on my screen. Safe to say my day is ruined. Incredible stuff we are getting here. Abominations, no place in our society. But that's all I got for this video. If you guys really don't like how much of a fat squirrel hater I was, let me know and we can check out that Fat Squirrel Love subreddit. Get both sides of the coin, you just gotta run this video up first. If you like this video, a card on screen should take you to another one like it. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see y'all next time.